ahead of this. You don't know the half of it. I got dreams of looking up, high as I can get. But nothing feels like how it feels to know these things I don't know yet. The weight of everything, and everything's just fate. Sometimes I'm trapped inside and I don't know what I'm gonna do. But to take on the world is the only thing that we know how to do. I've got dreams of finding out what all of this is for.
Going straight in here into tower, and ROLEX will get caught off, but the fault line does freeze them. Still a level of hesitancy here as the Nebulas are down. It's making it awkward. Nizzy does spot out XE, but Alert is going to open up nicely with two. Nizzy, Physio getting a response, but it's LBY. All left on now to YESicaN, and he will repeat that time and time again!
Oh!
He sees the flank, he rises up the tower, but Prince Charming is not home today. Fancy walking away with the first round.
Strong bonus, all things considered. They're one away from this cosmic divide on YESicaN as well. And if they can get a plant and utilize that later, it actually could be a bonus gathered by Fancy. It's quick in.
Absolutely. Look how confident he is here, Nizzy. Does get the opener onto ROLEX out in an island there. XE will get a response, but now should be that spike getting planted nice and quick as they hold fast for the retake.
There's that wall that's going to be available as well. He does pick up another star, so there's going to be a gravity well potentially. A bit of time for Fancy to set up for this post plant.
Absolutely. Still waiting in the canteen, lunch money in hand, but they're going to have to wait a little while longer because there is a little bit of a conga line here as they look to exit out. Hyzee might get spotted out by the 0 point. He absolutely does. Look how quickly they're up onto the site. The poison cloud is there as well as the flash drive comes out too. Siraphop though gets one for the taking. Only down to half here on the tick. Another frag found by Jin. So they're putting the pressure on here, Fancy, making it challenging. And the gravity well. That's that utility we start to talk about. Physio actually getting one on the flank. The advantage goes back the way of Fancy. Jin gets another. And it's Physio to close strong.
Will Nizzy invest the run it back here just to try and maximize this round? Standard protocols to clear in towards the site, bit of an execute. Gonna spot out Alert.
Great fault line.
There's the damage. This is what I'm talking about. It's possible.
Making it work.
Wow!
That's a huge third here. Absolutely loving it right now here. Is there more? LBY will be able to secure another.
Don't tell me this is going to be flawless.
It absolutely might be. One alive in the form of Jin. He was the one who was super slow at the start of this round, and all they needed was a fault line from siraphop. But we will see Jin getting that opener here as he does start to creep around from A main. They're all lined up, and XE, he will be able to lock it down, and you can hear what that means to the crowd here. They've got to overcome Alert, which is a very important member, as we know. Blast back over the top, but Jin will fell. And now LBY, lots of pressure on him inside the tower here as the utility does start to come down. The Nebulas have been popped, and that's the lockdown as well. Pressure now starts to set here. Actually running away all the way through. It looks like he will be able to get out here, LBY, playing that retake. Fantastic stuff. Back into the 4-on-4 here, Komodo.
A plant to wherever Fancy United do want. They have this Cosmic Divide as well, remember, but the thing is, LBY is one away from the Null Command. That could be actually massive if he can remove abilities from Fancy here.
Hyzee took a lot of damage through the smoke there, so very nicely done from the side of XERXIA. Slowly, ever so patient, all three coming from the generators there. The fault line comes out, narrowly missing Hyzee, but again, he is just a gentle breeze away from death as XE will be able to fell too here. YESicaN also falling, still yet to get onto that spike though here, Komodo. Physio, Jin, they played a fantastic post plan previously. Now, they have to find where this spike is. XE will get one, but ROLEX holding that defuse, and done is done. Round is secured, and XERXIA walk away here with a second.
Are they going to try and use YESicaN on Astra? It's a little bit autonomous, right? He doesn't need to be near the play. He's going to switch onto a flanking play. 30 seconds to get this plan.
Is he moving straight in again, walking through the hot hands? He should be able to find the position, but there's the rolling thunder. It will at least stem the bleeding for just a second. The runner back will be punished here by ROLEX. 19 seconds, Komodo. They got to get moving. Siraphop this time makes it work, but Nizzy still alive and kicking, of course. Siraphop gets another, but Hyzee getting it all done here inside this 1v2. Alert down towards the tree, but my word, the slow walk up towards main here. Hyzee has managed to split the wickets here, getting in towards tower. And YESicaN popping the Nebula as well. Happy to sit back behind the generator, waiting for a spark, but Alert It's almost the gargantuan task, isn't it, here? You know, the operator on the Rays, so much work to do, and I think YESicaN should be able to find that line. One cheeky little peek, and the round is done. Look how quick this one might be. All the way in towards the dish. The gravity well has been popped immediately, but they run forward. LBY, YESicaN, okay. Jin, ready for the flank as well, coming straight through Arcade and denying everything. Rolex, all the pressure is on you, my friend, but with the Rolling Thunder coming in, Jin will take another mark. Rolex, Killjoy diff in this round. siraphop, what can you even do, mate? 1 versus 4.
This can be an explosive entry from Fancy United here on A.
It's just so hard, isn't it? Cosmic Divide goes down. There's a Killjoy utility that is going to try and at least stem the bleeding, but Rolex can't go in. He just has to wait. He does have a lockdown of his own, and this actually may put a level of pressure on Komodo right now. They're going to be able to get into drop, though, very, very quickly. Okay. They settle for a second, but they've got to move quick.
0 point was used there for LBY as well to the dish, so they know how many players have ran there from Fancy.
Yeah, absolutely. And inside this Viper's pit, they're going to make it challenging. Physio gets another one. He is down relatively low, but still in this 5 versus 3, the advantage. It is just so strong. Do they even still want to go for this? XE walking on up, but Physio won't get spotted. Nizzy gets another, and it's again a 1 versus 5 for siraphop. The impossible task ahead. Fancy, this is 8 rounds. siraphop has to run away, tail between his legs. No chance of winning this round out. And XERXIA, again, they just don't have any answers. We heard the crowd absolutely roar when they picked one up before, but at least it's a consolation prize with a couple of frags on the way out.
LBY, null command, siraphop, Rolling Thunder. It's last round. You use these, but you got to topple Physio on this flank first.
Yeah, absolutely. Flashes go in now. Poison Cloud will give them some extra time and space, you know, still trying to fell out Physio here, but there is the Rolling Thunder. You mentioned it. siraphop was able to find a little bit earlier. Physio now taken down by LBY, but here's Jin. Null command popped. Fragment down. Trying to get this space. The Aftershock is going to make it awkward here for Nizzy, but he's just holding the line. siraphop will look to try and take it to half of the gravity well. Does manage to pull him off. LBY gets another, but it's so tight. Not much time. Nizzy trying to get out, but Rolex with 2. Is there enough to try and hold it? YESicaN. I think he's done it. He absolutely has. A 3K to lock them out of the site, and that is 10 rounds for Fancy. Double digits. No curse.
Players for Fancy United, though, over at A.
Just a crumb, you say. Okay. Straight on in. On towards the side. Hyzee tries to hold fast, but alert. He'll be able to stop that attempt. So it looks like that site at least should be found in the way of the spikes. siraphop gets that one down. It's the advantage for XERXIA.
Boombot available, but the pressure is going to be building, isn't it? And look at that, Physio.
Another one for alert. Looking really good, but Nizzy, YESicaN at least able to even the playing field here. Back to a 3-on-3. Making it now very, very challenging. Nizzy does have the curveball, will be able to get out, but it is going to be LBY going down on the other side of the box. But XE up in the tower, getting it done, locking them out, no hair to climb. YESicaN, last 1 versus 2 here. Does have a star that he can throw down, trying to make good use of it. But it is still going to be awkward. Molotov can be thrown down, and I just don't know if there's going to be enough time here for YESicaN inside the nebula. He does some extra damage. Maybe, just maybe, there is a world where he can do it. He does destroy, but there's just not enough time.
Yeah.
Start to make their way out in towards the sands here, Komodo. Info gathered onto Jin, but that was actually destroyed. Their alert pops the ultimate, does manage to get 1, but Physio, Jin, they get 2 for it. Hyzee also joins the party at the right time. Nizzy's there as well. Where the hell did he come from?
He just got stomped him. That's the wrong game.
How did he do that?
And look at the buy that they have to go into this one with as well. Rolex has got a Sheriff. They then have a couple of Spectres, a Guardian for alert, who, you know, in terms of kills, 15 is quite respectable in a scoreline like this.
Trying to go very quick as well. If they're going to close it, they're going to close it fast here. YESicaN with 2. But okay, siraphop maybe making it work here, Komodo. Gets a couple with that Spectre. We were talking about even with the nerfs, how powerful it still can be. So sight is free, will be taken. Spike about to be planted as Physio does start to pick up the pace here a little bit. The turret should spot him. It will.
LBY gets the ultimate off the plant as well, despite being low on HP. If he rips that and gets downed, Jin's already here.
I was going to say, it would have been worth his while, but now Physio on the flank here. Rolex does start to move in. It's in to the 1-on-2. Can Jin do it? Certainly a character, the main character for a lot of this map so far, Komodo. siraphop and Rolex inside main. They're playing the old bait and switch as Jin starts to creep his way in. It's planted in the generic locale. Very, very tight of a line. Fault line goes in.
There it is.
It's going to be Jin. Very nicely done from the big man here. Fancy United. They are going to be the ones here taking out map number 1 on Fracture. It was a map selection of XERXIA. They've managed to do it in such dominant fashion. Still very slow. Wall now utilized, slight gap. Trailblazer getting the info. Siraphop's not going to care, though. He's up and over the top anyway. Another Trailblazer to gather some info. So that's going to be Physio getting that opener. So they're going to try and deny it. It's absolutely a fake, Komodo. They're heading straight out to A. And Jin has been spotted out, but the Frenzy, not exactly the best weapon at distance to try and do it as Alert tries to get into position. He's going to be taken down. Jin, absolutely. Now it's back into that 4-on-4.
Yeah, and paint shells for Alert. He can try and draw all the attention here. Buy a bit of time for his teammates on the side itself to set them up where they want.
Look at the flank, though, coming in from LBY. He is going to be dropping into the vents very, very shortly. He's been buying his time, though. I think he did actually get spotted out by some Cypher utility there, so he's going to head back around through the sewers, inside A main. Alert right on that line, but they push in, trying to find it. It's going to be Nizzy and Hyzee looking to continue this trend of an undefeated, defensive-sided pistol, Komodo. That's what they want. That's what's on order for them, but Rolex will look to try and deny. He's stuck in the back of the side, but he hit this very nice shot. It's not going to matter, though, however, because Hyzee and YESicaN, they'll pick up the pistol. It's going to be tight, though.
They still have to be a little bit scared in case Fancy United do decide to go bust.
Yeah, well, look at the aggression into Ramen here. Jin trying to lock that one down. He actually does manage to get a stun onto LBY, but LBY does find the frag. Well traded by Physio, but they're still fighting this duel. XE lines him up, somehow manages to walk away with 2 here. I think that's a bit of a blunder from Fancy there, Komodo.
Oh,
yes,
they tried
I can.
to trace him.
Right on the line. Might even be able to find another. That could be a solid equalizer if he got that, but he will limp away.
This is sloppy. From both sides a little bit, it feels.
Yeah.
But XERXIA still have that player advantage. If Nizzy uses that neural theft, they actually get all the information. We'll see if he can equalize into a 2 versus 2, because then he would be kind of warranted in using that ult. There's the info.
That's all they need. So up in heaven. Going to have to drop down there in just a second. Already having Nizzy up in towards the screens. He's in a position to certainly cut them off if he does find the right timing, but with that Nebula going away, at least they have managed to find their way slowly on towards the site, but it's only just off the back of some decent timing. There's Alert denying YESicaN, and now Nizzy, can he get into position quick enough? This might be good, but they're aware of it. Rolex is absolutely ready for it. Rotation into Ramen already. Komodo Jin, he's up close and personal. He only gets one, though, as Rolex will trade it out accordingly. And now Hyzee has to try and make murder happen here, but it's going to be Rolex getting another. He's on for 3. siraphop also is going to be taken down by Nizzy, so maybe some solace, some redemption here for the side of Fancy. However, with that cheeky little neural theft coming out, they have a level of information.
Yeah, Rolex has read the time well in this round to get those 3 kills, but is Physio going to be one better Mitch? He's at the right position. Oh, okay, it looked a little bit awkward with that, but he still manages to get it to the 2-on-2.
Yeah, exactly right. He's got to wait a little bit longer for his teammate in Nizzy, but he's trying to fight the good fight here, Komodo. 15 seconds, there's not enough time. It's Physio to get the damage done! And Physio, he's able to absolutely decimate the XERXIA side. XE is going to be the taking mark on towards this B site. The Spike still has a while to rotate away, but look how far Fancy are. They've got so much time to settle into this position before Fancy can even approach the site.
Yeah, Fancy full rotation towards the A side, thinking it was going to be a fast pop from XERXIA, but now the problem is this lurk in Rolex down bottom mid. He does have this Viper's Pit. It would have been cool to see on the side itself, but if he can get 1 kill here, at least it would have helped his team on the side itself. Now, Fancy, a player advantage going into this retake.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a tough one for XERXIA to try and lock down, and a real kind of desperation round, I want to call it, to keep some level of liquidity in their economy. Jin trying to break that wall. Fault line does go out, and it will connect as well. Now Nizzy also trying to take point. The gravity well is fantastic. That does catch LBY. The vulnerability is there. siraphop, though, even he's stunned. Even he will be able to find that frag. However, they do line up. Now all onto XE. He creeps back around. He has to find the timing. They will be watching. Oh, my! It was tight. It was certainly opportune there for XERXIA. But Fancy with 3 alive will close out another and send the economy of XERXIA packing. And again, Fancy just
the setup.
unmoved, like statues here in position. Fault line there. They've gathered some info off the back of it. Nizzy and Physio 1 and 2. This is just brutal, Komodo. I've got nothing to say about it. It's... Oh, I don't...
The way that Nizzy and Hyzee are playing together, man, with Physio being added into the mix as well, fault lines on the back of trap wires, just disorienting your opponents, and then 3 players swinging together, they're not leaving any vulnerability gaps on their own defense at the moment, and XERXIA do not have an answer. The 2 players, in fact, that have the ultimates available at the start of the round still have them, but time's on. Not just on the clock, there's a flank too.
Yeah, they've got to get moving here. 10 seconds left on the board.
Save.
Yeah, that's it, and you're not going to be able to either. XE better die before time, mate, otherwise he's going to be in a little bit of struggle street here, and it looks like, okay, just before.
I feel like we're going to get some mid-aggression from Fancy at the moment, but the flop is going to be XERXIA into A straight up Mitch, and Nizzy's here. He can't rely on his util from this position.
Absolutely not. It makes it awkward, but he's just going to have the then walk straight into his crosshair, I guess, as siraphop does at least find the trade, does get a level of responding, but Jin already looking to get back in towards position, jumps up the vents, will be able to get the boom bot down, and now as LBY does find the plant, the pit will be popped as well.
Yeah, finally using that one, and you do have the Seekers from LBY. Rip them, get the information. A Cosmic Divide. Yeah, that is super early to come through from XERXIA.
Absolutely. It's going to make it awkward. They're investing absolutely everything in trying to find this round. There's another ultimate as well. They've sent off 3. The Seekers try to make this hunt. siraphop is in still such a horrible position. Can't find any space at all. YESicaN will be able to punish him. There is a response from LBY on this Sky as Jin gets moving into the pit, trying to juke it out. Can't quite punish, and maybe, maybe there's a world, but you're exactly right, Komodo. LBY looks to get 3, but he is taken. Now Physio pulled off by the grab well. XE, can he close? He will.
They might find some damage before they even get in towards these sites.
They're up close as well. They pop the Nova Pulse. The paint shells will at least keep them at bay, and that's what starts to pull the rotation here. Look at this gamble, Komodo. Absolutely everyone, and the stutter step from Jin. Jin gets 2. Wow. YESicaN with 2. It is everything here from Fancy ROLEX. Mate, you're a little late to the party. It's all finished. The keg's been drunk, and Nizzy, he'll take the final swig there as ROLEX is punished. That's 5 alive for Fancy.
Trailblazers' first point of contact with these slow orbs, Mitch.
Yeah, what are they going to spot? You know, it's basically into the claws of the ramp players here. Hyzee gets 1, looking to make it a second, but won't quite be able to do it. Does have the fault line that he will get sent as well. Now LBY popping the regrowth. Will be able to get the teammates a little bit healthier, but look, they don't really still have much to work with here. There is a weapon that's recoverable up on the ramp, but that's about it.
That's very difficult to get as well. Physio, that wall's going to go up, so it's going to obscure his vision. Still more trades to come on through. These sprays. This is actually problematic for Fancy United. They can't keep going for these risks.
Absolutely not. They are taking them, and you know, not often rewarded, but I guess XERXIA just not really able to capitalize at the exact same merit. But now, 25 seconds left, Komodo. They have to get a wriggle on, and they need to move through the Nebula as well. There is the Poison Cloud, and Physio gets the information off the back of it. Dry firing off.
Neural Theft?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's done. The round is complete.
There it is. Physio to get the closer as well. Just some pot shots through the smoke. It's going to be that 9-3. A B pop for Fancy United here. No Sage Wall, of course. They're just going to have to go in. Guns are blazing on the back of Jin.
Straight on in. XE happy to get out of there immediately. He does leave alert pretty high and dry here, though. ROLEX, that's a great use of the snakebite. Does manage to catch off Nizzy, and he's been a pesky little boy as well. Jin, good response. Hyzee picks up another, though, as well. So immediately the turntables once again. XERXIA opening pick to only find 2 taken away from them. And now with this site being secured, Komodo, they are up in heaven. They are in towards the defender side spawn, but they've just got so much more distance to close.
Player advantage for Fancy United, but they almost are trying to wait to see if there's going to be any just quickness from XERXIA to try and get in to stop the plant from going down. There is a star. There's now that fault line from Hyzee too. It's prepped.
Already baited out the gravity well. So they've only got the Nova Pulse available now, and he does look to pop down that Nebula. He gets aggressive, but the fault line does at least send him off the line. ROLEX equalizing, getting another back as Hyzee, that's his second in the round. He looks to make it into a third, but siraphop will get it. Jin, quick response now, all left on to XE. He's tucked into a great position on the side here, but the timing, it's going to be the Astras looking at each other. What are they going to find? What are they going to do? Can they get the positioning? There's one, there it is! Oh, we've got a game. Here we go. XERXIA will pull away a 4. siraphop does give it a bit of a love tap on the Physio on the top of that wall. It's such a dangerous position to be playing. You know, you're
Oh, he's the judge.
tempting feint, really. But you're exactly right. ROLEX doing the exact same thing this time near the vents.
Oh!
No, LBY. It's all falling apart here for XERXIA. Again, Physio ready for ROLEX, and that is just basically round done. Alert. XE have to try and make it work here. They're going to head their way towards the screens, one in heaven as well, but there is just so much utility down. They're on the back of the site. There's 5 alive. They've got everything that they need in the coffer to get this round done. Komodo, does he spot the trip? Yes, he does. YESicaN, though, gets the swing, and Alert. Oh, he's been punished. It is an unfortunate and sad reality here for XERXIA as Fancy United just continue to punch left, right. And I think it might very well be good night in just a couple of rounds. Going to be a bit of a duel out inside B main here.
Oh,
creeping slowly, exactly right. Is it going to line up for them? Is it going to work out for Hyzee? He does get the flashpoint out, and they do continue to swing. How does Alert get that? The rest of the team baiting him, but now they're into position. They should actually be able to pick up the spike here as well. Komodo, the boombot goes out. Paint shells to deny. Trailblazer actually gets the catch. This is chaos. This is hectic, and now another boombot. It's actually been popped up by the blast pack as well. The Nebula.
YESicaN. He's on the site.
He is.
30 seconds, though.
He's also split the wickets. He's managed to find this timing so fantastically just away, but there's another shot, siraphop getting it done. XE finding another, and there it is. They've got to clear this line. That's the main thing, because with that spike being planted, they are doing it. They should certainly know, but how well will they bite? Yeah, perfect. Okay. Now we can get a bit of a wriggle on here into the postal, up towards heaven. YESicaN though, my oh my. 2 big frags. The guiding light's been popped though. LBY can trade out, but man, I can't even speak any words about it because Physio
been holding this resurrection quite a little bit.
It's got to be quick. Straight on in. Here we go. siraphop, but Jin Komodo. He wants to keep on kicking. He is straight on in. No holds barred. 3 big kills. Now ROLEX kept at bay. They are going to cruise their way towards screens here, but that is 3 hungry, happy, and healthy members of Fancy United on this side.
That cam's dirty, and that wall is just going to isolate them in the screens, Mitch.
Jin wants this. He wants this bad. ROLEX just has to creep on out, and he has to try and break the mold through this Cosmic Divide. I mean, they've got some extra time, right? The Nebula, as soon as that one drops, there is something to work with. Jin's going to be keeping an eye on them, but XE walks straight past. It's going to be an all-out brawl. Is this going to be enough for XERXIA, or is this going to be the game going the way of Fancy United? I think it is going to potentially be the latter. Nizzy holding the line, playing with his food at this point in time. XE cannot do anything, and it will be YESicaN getting the job done, and there we have it. It is Fancy United managing to walk away with a stellar victory here.